Chapter 36. The Master of Sarcasm. Sorry, it's been too long. I can't retract the message, Hiroshi spoke up again in the group chat. Karen stared blankly at the photos Hiroshi posted. Swallowing hard, she suddenly found that her pickled chicken feet were no longer appetizing. How could this be possible? She fumed internally. With food being so precious now, how could a mere farmer like Hiroshi get his hands on so many delicacies, and even the rarest of vegetables? Sonny, what the hell? Is this real? Hiroshi, you scoundrel. Eating hot pot in these times just to make us jealous? Lisa, is it really real? Maybe the photos are from the internet? Just as Lisa posted this question, Hiroshi sent a selfie of himself eating a meatball. Lisa, it's real. Damn, Hiroshi, that's so mean. We're all starving and you're eating like a king. It's so unfair. Followed by a crying emoji. Karen's eyebrows twitched with anger. Why? Why should a farmer like you live more comfortably than me in times like these? You should be living in a drafty house, gnawing on hard, cold buns. Karen was almost losing her mind with rage. Hiroshi must be doing this on purpose to spite her. How else could it be such a coincidence that he showed those hot pot pictures just when she was showing off her pickled snacks? Compared to the steaming, spicy hot pot, the cold, long-frozen pickled snacks were utterly unappealing. But looking at those pictures, Karen was furious. Her eyes, like a hawk's, scanned the photos for flaws. Karen, haha, some people, no matter how good their fortune, don't know how to enjoy it. Mutton shouldn't be cooked in spicy broth. It ruins the meat's natural flavor. Proper hot pot for mutton is a clear broth, and the meat should only be dipped 7 or 8 times for the best taste. Your meat is overcooked and falling apart. Karen, as for the steak, the best cut is tenderloin, which is the least worked muscle, so it's extremely tender and lean. It should be cooked medium rare. Your steak looks burnt on the outside. And where's the black pepper and onions? Karen, and for drinks, how can you pair cheap bottled juice with steak? The industrial sweeteners ruin the steak's natural juices, making the meat taste bitter. Karen, in conclusion, Hiroshi, you have no idea about dining etiquette. Karen's messages came in a flurry, each from a professional standpoint. Looking at her words, she felt a sense of triumph. Got nothing to say, huh? Think you can show off your superiority with a few pictures? Trash. You still got silenced by me. Karen was feeling very pleased with herself. The group was silent, seemingly waiting to see how Hiroshi would respond. Hiroshi looked at Karen's lengthy rant and chuckled, shaking his head. He picked up his phone and typed a few words in response. You know a lot. You're very knowledgeable. If you hadn't said, I wouldn't have known. Karen raised an eyebrow at Hiroshi's reply. Did Hiroshi just admit defeat? But then, Hiroshi replied again, but I have food. And you don't. The moment these two sentences were sent, Hiroshi also posted a picture of himself holding a steak in one hand and garlic in the other. I really admire you. I want to hear more about dining etiquette. Your lessons are really appetizing. The group chat was silent for 10 seconds before it exploded again. Lisa, Hiroshi, you savage. Ha ha ha. Sonny, master of sarcasm. Crystal, in the art of insults, I bow to you as the master. Anson, I was professionally trained to not laugh at anything, but this, ha ha ha. The group chat erupted with laughter at Hiroshi's words. Karen's face turned beet red with anger. Her lengthy, detailed messages were completely shattered by Hiroshi's short and direct retort. Hiroshi, by the way, what were you saying earlier? Your boss asked your dad for a favor and got you those pickled snacks from the food supply point? If I'm not mistaken, according to wartime regulations, no individual or unit can privately take supplies from the food distribution points outside of normal purchase queues. Your boss broke the rules, didn't he? No, more accurately, he broke the law, didn't he? Hiroshi, I've screenshotted and reported it. Call me the light of justice. Karen looked at her phone, feeling her head buzz. Finally, she couldn't catch her breath and fainted from anger. Hiroshi put down his phone, a smile playing on his lips. He felt great, immensely satisfied. He wasn't one to show off, but putting arrogant people in their place was definitely something he enjoyed. Kiko looked at Hiroshi with wide eyes and asked, "Big brother, why are you so happy?" "It's nothing. Let's eat." Hiroshi didn't want to explain the situation to Kiko, so he cheerfully placed a piece of green vegetable in her bowl, which was already filled with lamb slices. "Eat more vegetables. They're good for vitamins." "Big brother, have some watermelon juice?" Kiko obediently pushed a cup towards him. "I added some carrots. It tastes great." Hiroshi took a few sips, patted his stomach contentedly, and said, "You don't always have to pair steak with red wine. Fresh juice without sweeteners tastes great." After the meal, the freezer was almost empty, with only 2 or 3 pieces of meat left. "These will be the rent payment for Jimmy," Hiroshi muttered. "It's been 10 days, and the planting area is running smoothly. It's time to start raising some chickens, ducks, cows, and sheep." Over the past few days, the farm robots had remodeled the old livestock area. Although it was less than an acre, it was enough for Hiroshi to start raising livestock for their daily needs. Once he accumulated more points, he planned to expand the livestock area to match the planting zone. But that will have to wait until tomorrow. Hiroshi glanced at the clock on the wall, a smile tugging at his lips. "First, I have to take care of tonight's business." In the South City, LA villas. Inside one of the villas, Sally pushed open the door and walked in. "Mr. Christopher, this is my house. You'll have to stay here tonight. I'll arrange new accommodations for you tomorrow." Christopher smiled warmly. "Thank you, President Sally, for your trouble. You'll be staying downstairs. There are 4 rooms, take your pick. By the way, don't knock on the doors late at night. If there's anything you need, use the room phones. They are interconnected." Sally quickly laid out the arrangements. Dinner will be prepared and sent to your rooms. Though food shortages were severe, someone of Sally's wealth wasn't too troubled. Her resources were vast enough to maintain her lifestyle as if the world's catastrophe had never happened. "All right." Christopher nodded, his gentle smile never faltering. "Sorry to trouble you." Behind Christopher, 2 strong men carried their luggage into one of the downstairs rooms. Seeing this, Sally turned and walked upstairs. Just then, she paused, as if hearing something, and frowned, looking around. Mosquitoes? In this cold weather? A tiny metallic hummingbird slipped through a gap in the door and window, silently flying towards the 2nd floor, out of Sally's line of sight.